A driver once stopped on the side of the road and pulled a dog onto the sidewalk. The dog's body was still, only his head moved slightly and his eyes were full of tears. The man said he had been hit in an accident, but the driver responsible had already fled. At the clinic, the vet quickly discovered how serious it was. The dog had a severe spinal fracture. His chances of walking again were very slim. It was heartbreaking to see him lying there, unable to move, with so much pain in his eyes. The next day, his owner showed up. Everyone thought he had come to fight for his dog's life, but instead, he refused treatment. He didn't want to take responsibility. He walked away while his dog, now named Jack, looked at him with pure sadness. The people around couldn't believe it. The one person Jack trusted most had abandoned him when he needed him the most. From that moment, the rescue team promised that Jack would never be left alone again. The vet said he had two choices, eternal sleep or one last chance. They chose to fight for him. That very same day, Jack went into major spinal surgery. His spine was badly damaged, and the vet had to carefully rebuild it piece by piece. It was one of the hardest surgeries they had ever done. The first 10 days after were filled with fevers, pain, and sleepless nights. Jack often refused to eat, and he trembled as if trapped in his own nightmares. But he wasn't alone anymore. Volunteers stayed with him day and night, talking to him softly, touching his head, and letting him know he was safe. Slowly, his swelling went down and the pain started to ease. The vet explained that Jack's legs still had no feeling. If he was ever going to walk again, his nerves needed to wake up. It was a very small chance, but everyone was determined to try. They put him in a special harness and took him outside for short walks. Even though he couldn't move on his own, being outdoors lifted his spirit. He seemed calmer, like he understood that people were fighting for him now. After months of care, Jack went through another surgery. This time, part of his bone structure had to be removed. The recovery was slow, but then one day, something amazing happened. Jack stood up on his own for a few seconds. It wasn't long, but it was enough to bring tears to everyone's eyes. He even looked up and gave a little smile, as if to say, "See, I can do it." From that day forward, his rehabilitation truly began. He trained daily, sometimes with his family's help, sometimes on his own. Even when tired, he kept trying. His sadness faded, and for the first time in a long time, his eyes were bright. The progress wasn't fast, but it was steady. He even learned to use a wheelchair, which gave him freedom again. With it, he could explore the yard, move around the house, and even play a little. For Jack, this was happiness. His story touched everyone around him. Other pets in the home accepted him quickly. Even the cats loved him, and the dogs treated him with kindness. Jack, once broken and abandoned, was now surrounded by love. A year later, the vets decided it was time to stop the intense rehabilitation. Jack was older, and pushing him further would be too hard on his body. Instead, they focused on gentle exercises to keep him strong and comfortable. His wheelchair gave him independence, and his family gave him all the love he had missed for so long. Jack may not walk like other dogs, but he lives a joyful life. He plays, he cuddles, and he smiles every day. His journey is proof that even when the world turns its back on you, there's still hope. He didn't give up, and neither did the people who cared for him. Today, Jack is loved by everyone. His scars are a reminder of his painful past, but his spirit is unbreakable. He enjoys every moment of life and teaches us that resilience and love can heal even the deepest wounds. If Jack's story touched your heart, please give this video a like. Share it with someone who believes in second chances. And if you have your own rescue story, tell us in the comments. Because when we share these stories, we help more animals like Jack find the love and safety they deserve.